Maya had always believed in love's beauty. She was raised in a quiet town, dreaming of tender, gentle, and true love, a love that would withstand the test of time. She pictured walking with someone to hold hands who would cherish her, hear her dreams and fears without passing judgment. She left the quaint town for the city in search of education, buoyed by mixed feelings of excitement and nervousness. The city began to overwhelm her, full of noise and strangers. However, her quiet hope remained alive that she might somehow meet someone special. Things changed for Maya when Armin came along, and one felt for him always wanting Starbucks, someone charismatic and caring who genuinely seemed to be all he seemed to be. From their very first meeting, it felt almost as if a scene from a romantic film she'd used to watch late at night unfolded before her. Armin smiled in a way that sent her heart into a flutter, and she could hear sounds of his laughter like sweet music in her ears. They were pretty much soon joined at the hip, walking long into the evenings beside the river, spilling their souls beneath the stars, and dreaming of a check worthy of the brightest and best. For Maya, there came a time when she believed in her heart that nothing could ever come between her love for Armin. He might have told her for life, forever, and building a house of love and pleasure. Every time she spent with Armin was magical. It was as if the universe had conspired to bring the two of them together. She had even started to introduce him to her family. She felt proud when he held her hand in public and began to imagine their wedding day. Soft music, blooming flowers, surrounded by the close company of friends and family, celebrating their union. Then would she realize that sometimes love could be frail. A certain afternoon brought to Maya's attention something she had never noticed before. A subtle distance in Armand's eyes mingled with a curious hesitance whenever their phones buzzed in unison. He would shove his phone away from her view as soon as she laid eyes on it, and his laughter felt stiff. She battled for long stretches of time not to acknowledge the ever-growing, jarring feeling in her chest, telling herself maybe he just felt under pressure from exams or that deadbeat work, but deep inside, a quiet, tiny fragment of that fear grew. While Maya was setting up dinner, Armand's phone buzzed on the table. He was in the shower, and the screen lit up with a preview of a message she saw. Against her better judgment, she could not contain the growing tsunami of worry. Suspense cracked her knees, and she reached for his phone with trembling hands. What she discovered shattered her world. Affectionate messages from another girl, plans to meet, and expressions of love. These words were meant for her, not for the strange girl. A tightness gripped her breath, tears filled her eyes, but she wiped them aside. She wanted to believe it was a mistake, an accident. When Armin came back, she confronted him quietly. Her voice was barely above a whisper. He denied everything, saying the other girl was just a friend and that she was overthinking. But those lies tasted bitter to Abby. Her heart burnt to scream the opposite of what she chose to keep hidden. She had been betrayed. Days became nights filled with silent tears. Maya wandered the city streets, feeling the crushing weight of loneliness within the crowd. She questioned everything, her worthiness, her judgment, the very basis of her dreams. How could the one she loved most destroy her so completely? Why was her love never enough? Her friends attempted to reach her, but Maya's pain was shadowed by silence. She would smile when expected, laugh on cue, yet Deep inside, she was unraveling. Each recollection of Armin was a knife twisting into her heart. Promises, laughter, warmth, all now cold and empty. Another rainy night found Maya by her bedroom window, watching the water trickle down the pane like tears she was yet to shed. The moment dawned on her that the unbearable pain was unmistakably there. Yes, she was hurt, but she was still breathing, still standing, still herself. For the first time since the betrayal, she whispered to the tempest outside, "I will heal." Healing was not simple. Maya took small steps, speaking with family, channeling her thoughts into journaling, and turning to books and music for solace. She met Aisha, who shared her own tale of heartbreak and strength. Through Aisha, Maya understood that forgiveness meant not forgetting, nor excusing the pain, but rather freeing the heart of its own bondage. Gradually, Maya started to take over her life again. Genuine smiles came from her. She found pleasure in the tiny things: a cup of tea, a silent stroll in the mist, a soft hum of her favorite song. The scars from betrayal remained, but they were now symbols of her strength, instead of a reminder of her weakness. Months later, Maya was sitting in a cozy cafe, the sun smiling sweetly on her cheeks as she drank coffee. A strange man entered the room. No dramatic mad rush, no proposals. Just time spent talking. Time spent just enjoying the company of another soul walking through this world. A rare treasure, indeed. With him, Maya found a slow, steady peace she'd never known before. The heart was still healing, still careful but open again, this time ready to love and be loved, not with reckless abandon, but with wisdom and hope. The story of Maya was one of love lost and found, of pain endured and strength discovered. And although tears had silently fallen in the darkest nights, they had watered the roots of a new beginning, a beginning whereby love was no longer a dream, but a promise she kept to herself first. Thanks for reading the story of Maya's journey through love, heartbreak, and healing. Stories like hers show that even in moments of pain and unfairness, there's always hope for a new beginning. Keep practicing English with these emotional stories. They teach you the language as well as the feelings. If this story spoke to you in some way, do like, share, and subscribe to listen to more inspiring English stories. Remember, with each story you read, you move an inch closer to communicating in and understanding the English language. See you in the next story, and keep the faith in love and learning.